Today I'm going to work on installing, these are the DNA motoring replacement shocks. They're for any 88 to 91 Civic or CRX, with the exception of the Wagon. I got these off of eBay, paid about $92 shipped. I'm going to replace them on this 90 Civic SI today. The shocks on here are blown. I'm going to show you some video in a moment recording the rear tire and how much floating there is. The car just bounces around as if there's no shocks at all, and it's basically bouncing up and down on the springs. And I only took the car up to about 45 miles an hour in the video. I'm not going to take it on the highway because it feels really dangerous and I don't want to drive it on the highway. But I want to show you before and after with the tire moving up and down with the blown shocks, and we're going to see how well these DNA motoring replacement shocks work. Now, this is from the initial unboxing. They look great. The painted really well. The construction of them seems very, very nice. They're even tapered to fit the original springs, and these are essentially an OEM replacement shock. If you're going to lower your car, I wouldn't suggest anything but using an extended top hat because you will blow them very quickly. That's how I blew the shocks on this. I lowered it on has some Tokico Blues on it, and you can see they're a little oily, but I lowered it with some coilovers. The shocks all blew. They all leaked out the fluid. I could see them. It was a mess, and I've left it alone for the last couple of months. I haven't really driven the car, but I wanted to get something replaced on it because I'm not going to lower it. I may sell the car, which I believe I'm going to do soon after I replace these shocks. I spent the last 5 minutes grinding all the paint off. The reason I did that, it was tough to get into the fork. It still is on the bottom a little bit, but once I did that, it fit in there perfectly now. So you may have to do that. It's just the paint was a little thick. Maybe not even the paint, maybe just towards the bottom of it. But the fitment is great. It does have the little tab. This is the driver's side. You can tell by the orientation of the brake lines, the brake line brackets. But you may need to grind the paint off. I just grinded it off. That way it would slide in easier because it was really difficult to get it in. Now I'm hoping you could tell the difference in the video where the tire was bouncing up a lot higher in the wheel arch. I could definitely feel it. The car was just bouncing around. But in the after video, which is after the time-lapse portion, you should see that's a little bit more solid now. The car doesn't bounce as much as it had been. And here it is, completely finished. It even sits better. The back used to be a little saggy, but now it looks like they are similar height. Now these were not OEM springs. There's some Eibach springs made for an EG. They were on the car when I got it. They are taller than I guess a lowered spring for an 8891 Civic. But these were they were cut slightly, but it looks like just a small drop compared to stock height. But it almost looks to be similar to stock height. That's why I wanted to leave them on. It's comfortable, and the shocks feel good after driving it. I went for about a 15-minute drive. It feels back to like a normal feeling 8891 Civic on stock suspension. All the bushings are still rubber. There's nothing done to the suspension other than just those shocks and the springs, which do have a very soft spring rate. I like them. I think it's a good price for the $92 that I spent shipped. And if you're looking for an OEM replacement shock, I think it's maybe a great alternative to buying some at a more expensive price. Now, if you're gonna lower your vehicle, I don't know if I would suggest it unless you run some extended top hats, and that's even for just a moderate drop, nothing that is excessive where you're tucking tire and it's really, really low. You'll probably blow the shocks within a month, I would imagine. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video.